How smart are you? How much knowledge do you possess? Hi, I'm Mike Henry Sr. with Follower of One. Thanks for joining me again today on the Follower of One podcast. I'm glad to be speaking to you, and I'm grateful for your participation in our ministry and for you listening to these podcasts. I want to do a series about Proverbs, and so I'm taking one verse out of each chapter for a few weeks anyway, or for a little while. Let's see how it goes. Today's Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7. The verse reads, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and instruction." And that's from the New American Standard Bible. The fear of the Lord, what's it talking about there? It's not talking about being afraid of or scared or run from God. It's about appreciating who He is. When we appreciate His power and His strength, we will be afraid. He's almighty. He speaks things into existence. Beginning all of knowledge happens with trusting God. I'm not saying that very well, but when we want to become smart, when we want to know the truth, it all begins with God. God is the origin and the beginning of everything. And then it talks about the opposite. Fools despise wisdom and instruction. I think it's interesting that despising wisdom and instruction is the opposite of the beginning of knowledge, fearing the Lord being the beginning of knowledge. The opposite end of the spectrum is this utter foolishness, this life separate from God, a life that is uninformed about the eternal. I believe that makes us a fool when we won't pay attention to the eternal. We become this fool and we despise this eternal wisdom and instruction. What difference does that make to us today in our workplace or in our school? What difference does it make? Well, the only thing that I can think of about this, and only is an overstatement, the thing that comes to mind first for me about this is how, because we have this knowledge, we are free to make choices that are informed on the eternal. We can choose to spend our time and our money and our energy in a way that matters forever. We can be involved in loving God and loving people, the two great commandments that Jesus gave us. We can do those things and know that they are laid up forever in heaven. Our actions matter. Our choices matter. What we do matters forever. This is not just about getting ahead on this planet. It's about being ahead forever. And our choice is to fear the Lord and begin to gain this eternal knowledge, or despise that knowledge and prove ourselves to be fools. Today, I want to challenge us. Let's live in such a way that we can make God visible. Do something today for someone that you work with or someone that you go to school with. Do something simply because you follow Jesus. That's our opportunity to make Him visible in the world. And that's all it takes for you to get into full-time ministry. You do something to help someone else move one notch closer to Jesus. Thank you for being a marketplace minister and for considering how your faith can make an eternal difference. It all begins with this knowledge of God, this fear of God. So let's start there today and be a blessing to others. Thanks very much.